Well, mine's going to be a little bit longer. My name's Evan, and I've been friends with Brian for almost 25 years. And I have a question for everyone. Who else here can't believe Brian Wilner actually got married? What's going on here? The world come to an end or something like that. I'm here tonight because Brian asked me to stand up at his wedding. It's actually a funny story. If you know Brian, you'll know what I mean. When Brian asked me to stand, I thought he was being cheap and was trying to save money and asked me to literally stand at his wedding. Like I said, you know Brian. No, seriously, when I asked, I replied that I'd be honored. And a few weeks later, Brian and I were talking, and I asked who he was asking to be his best man. Brian says, I don't know. I can't find anyone who might have to do it. Hence why I'm here speaking to you now. We weren't very friendly in high school, but became good friends soon after. I've hung out with Brian in Gainesville, Atlanta, and of course down here. I've traveled with Brian to LA, Vegas, New Orleans, the Bahamas, and Costa Rica. Throughout the years, there have been lots of stories. Some focal points of our escapades include OH, seatbelts, sinking a jet ski, rubber ducky, ruining our clothes on New Year's Eve, and wearing flat tux to Mardi Gras. And by the way, all my photos of that trip have Brian's face smack dab in the middle, when all along I thought I was getting a picture of a pair of nice breasts. And of course, more OH. Making plans with Brian was a challenge. I would show up at Brian's house at the time we agreed to, and guess what Brian was doing? Playing the guitar in his boxers, nowhere near ready to go out and watching. Yeah, you guys can figure it out. When we go to the club we were going to, Brian would always try to walk in right as if he owned the place and try to avoid paying the entrance fee, whatever it took not to pay $5. Although I've known Brian to have many female friends, Jamie's the first to get the distinction of being called his Relange. Now she can be called Mrs. Wilner. People are going to start asking you when you're going to start having kids. When I asked Brian the same question, I got the response, chill. My wife and I first met Jamie when the two of them came to visit us in the hospital after our second child was born, and Jamie was a natural with a baby. Brian, I hope you realize what you've gotten yourself into. With you being a vaginaholic, take every opportunity to practice and preparing to expand your family. When you both are blessed with children, we all know that you're going to have all girls. Payback is a bitch for all your years of glorification.
I told you.
Brian has to give it to you. You found it for sure. Jamie is truly the woman for you. You two are a perfect match. She's beautiful, she's kind, she cooks you dinner, cleans up after your mess, and puts up with your crap. She might be the only one that actually laughs at your jokes.